Hey, what's going on, guys? How do you do? It's your boy Gray here. Welcome back to the channel. Ladies and gentlemen, we finally got access. The servers finally opened up here for Modern Warfare. I think it took like 2.5 hours for them to open up, but they're finally open here. Finally got some games in. Today's video, man, this video right here, we're going to go over some first day beginner tips and tricks for some of you guys who are just starting off here on Modern Warfare. You guys can use these tips and hopefully get a better overall experience here in the new Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2019. Let's get into this, ladies and gentlemen. Real quick, before we get into this, if you guys are brand new around here, I do upload videos literally every single day, live streams Monday through Friday. We might be including some weekend days as well. Make sure to turn on notifications so you don't miss any of their videos, live streams, or anything like that. If you guys could do me a favor, drop a like on today's video. Let's aim for 100+ likes. That'll be awesome, man. And if you guys want, in the description below, you can find a link to my official Twitch channel. We have been streaming on Twitch lately. Vibes, straight vibes over on Twitch. Definitely head over there and follow. Link in the description. With all of that out of the way, man, let's get into this. First day beginner tips and tricks. Here we go. We start things off by a quick overlook of some of the best settings that you guys should set up before you even start gaming here. And this is specifically for console players. I'm not gonna get too crazy with this here because I actually just made a video. If you guys want a detailed, specific video on all of the best settings that you should have for controller, console, definitely check it out. It's a video I think I uploaded yesterday. You guys can check it out for yourselves. But for today's video, let's just go over some of the initial points that I feel like are very important. So first things first, button layout. In my opinion, tactical is the way to go. It allows you to drop shot. You can drop by clicking R3. Drop shots are really vital and helpful in this game for sure, man. So tactical button layout in my personal opinion, and this is obviously if you have a regular PlayStation 4 controller like I have. Up here, guys, a big part of the settings, I would say, and especially overall gameplay, the sensitivity. Now, sensitivity is completely preference. Right now, I'm playing on a 7.7 sensitivity. What I recommend, guys, is start off at a 5.5. Go into your first game, 5.5 sensitivity, and then if that's too much for you or if it's not enough for you, either raise it, lower it. It's all preference. Whatever works for you. Find the right sensitivity for yourself and just work off of that. I would definitely suggest starting things off with a 5.5. Here, guys, the ADS sensitivity multiplier for both low and high zoom. In my personal opinion, guys, it's basically defaulted at 1.00. What I usually do, guys, is I like to bring it down. Normally, I would bring it down all the way to a 0.75. After some testing, after running some games here, I feel really comfortable with a point at this moment, 0.85. That's what I have it on, both low and high. I have them both at 0.85. I would highly recommend starting things off at 0.75 and see from there what you want to do. You want to make it lower? Do you want to make it higher? Just like your regular sensitivity, ADS sensitivity multiplier is definitely something that you can just start things off around 0.75 and then either adjust it from there or leave it how it is. Next up here, guys, controller vibration. Disable that, man. It's going to be enabled. Disable that. You don't need any other distractions in your hand shaking and moving and stuff. Disable that. I've always disabled controller vibration ever since I think Infinite Warfare. I've always disabled it, man, and it's definitely something that you guys should do. It really helps out. It really helps out in the field. I can't even talk. Jesus. Next up here, guys, is aim assist. I have it as standard, and I highly recommend standard or precision. Now, I've done testing with focusing. It doesn't really work as effectively as it says it does. Like, it really doesn't. Definitely standard is great. Precision is great as well. Disable. Don't ever disable aim assist. Trust me on that one. Do not disable it, either standard or precision. Up here, guys, is film grain, something else that I believe it's at like 25%, I think. Definitely bring that thing all the way down. It is unnecessary to have any film grain at all. Just it kind of messes with the environment, the way things look. Just bring it down, man. You don't need film grain. Just bring it all the way down to 0. Next up here, guys, world motion blur, weapon motion blur. Both of these right here, disabled. Disable both of them, man. They kind of just make moving out in the field a little blurry. You don't need that, man. Just like the controller vibration, certain things out in the field and the film grain, certain things you just don't need enabled or on out in the field. You just don't need it, man. So world motion blur and weapon motion blur, both disabled. Finally here, guys, for those of you wondering if you can turn on or off crossplay, you can if you go over into the account tab in the options. You can enable or disable. It's completely up to you. This would basically allow you to play against Xbox, PC, PlayStation 4 players, whatever system, whatever you're on. You can either play with your own type of system, own type of console, or you can play with everybody who's playing this game. All right, next thing you guys probably want to know is how do you level up fast? How do you rank up fast and stuff like that? I'm going to give you a few tips and tricks here, guys. Go over to the Barracks tab in your multiplayer screen right here. If you go over to Barracks, you actually see the first option right there. It says multiplayer challenges. Completing these multiplayer challenges is an easy and very effective way to level up fast. Within the multiplayer challenges, you guys can see you have daily challenges, and then you also have missions. Now, the daily challenges are clear as day. You get XP, and basically you just got to complete daily tasks. Go over to missions. Now, here is where things get a little different, and actually it's really, really cool. And I think that this is such a great idea for leveling up and just something that they implemented into the game that I feel will allow you to grind and give you a little bit of a grind factor and a challenge in a sense. You have a bunch of different missions that you can select from. Now, you can only select one mission at a time. You have to literally click on the mission that you want. Right now, I'm doing the boot camp one, my very first one. I'm just doing the boot camp one right now. But you have a bunch of different options here, man. And I believe that they said that these are going to switch out seasonal. So, you know, just get as much done as you can before the next season comes through. Or whenever they refresh this. But you guys can see if you go into boot camp, it actually tells you right there in the bottom, it says objectives. Now, basically, you guys can see it gives you 5 different objectives. You guys can see right there, objective 1, complete 1 public match, done. Objective 2, get 5 public match kills, done. Objective 3, call in a kill streak, done. Objective 4, get 3 kills using lethal equipment, done. And then finally here, guys, I'm in objective 5. I just got to get 1 win in a public match. So you got to do these in the exact order. It's not like, for example, if you've played like 5 games before you finish the first or second objective, you cannot complete the 5th objective. So you got to do them in the exact order that they are basically received. The loot is pretty cool for some of these as well. Not only do you get XP, but you also get weapon variants or blueprints for weapons, similar to right there. You guys can see the submachine gun piercer loot. That's pretty cool. So the missions are an effective way and a very, very effective way to level up, completing daily missions or just the missions in general, challenges. Another way is game modes. I mean, I know you guys are probably looking at, I mean, me personally, I love playing Team Deathmatch. That's probably going to be the only game mode that I'm going to play for a while, but I can highly recommend other game modes, especially to give you more XP and to level up faster. Domination is great. Headquarters is actually pretty good as well. Ground War 32v32 is a great game mode as well to get a lot of XP. Next up here, guys, I want to talk about some of the best weapons for starters, for beginners here. I highly recommend, I mean, I believe you unlock the M4. I believe it gets unlocked at level, I think 6, if I remember correctly. I can't remember because I already unlocked it. It doesn't tell me, but I think it's 6 that you unlock it. So you unlock it fairly fast. I believe it's like either level 6 or 7 that you unlock the M4A1. The M4A1, ladies and gentlemen, is one of the best overall weapons in the game. This is one of the best guns that you guys can unlock and start leveling up, start getting some attachments on there, mixing and matching several different things. Great weapon. The M4A1 is definitely one of the guns that I highly recommend for beginners. Absolutely. If you're an SMG player, I highly recommend the AUG over the P90. The P90 at the moment, maybe it's just about getting the right attachments on it, which might take a while. But the P90 seems to be a bit of a hit marker machine, like just getting a lot of hit markers with this thing. The AUG is wonderful at close quarter range, and it actually does have a little bit of range itself. Medium, close quarter to medium range there, and has great attachments, really easy to use, and it's a gun that you have basically right away you can use. So that's a great gun right there. It's also a weapon that has its own default class that Infinity Ward just put into the game that you can use anytime with, and I believe it has the Ghost perk as well. So that's another way that you can level it up. And believe it or not, guys, effective at close range, very, very effective at close range here. The model shotgun here, the 680, extremely effective at close range. Highly recommend trying this one in maps such as Hackney Yard, or maybe just maps that you have a feeling that you're going to need something for close quarter combat. Definitely try to model. For kill streaks, I would recommend using some lower kill streaks that you can get with like 3, 4, 5 kills, you know, stuff like that. So you got the cluster strike, which is available right away. You got the shield turret as well. You got the UAV, which you unlock, I believe, at level 8, if I remember correctly. The personal radar is another fine one as well. I mean, these are all great options for beginners or for when you're first starting off. One piece of advice that I want to give you guys regarding the personal radar that a lot of people aren't even aware of. Playing a game mode, let's say team deathmatch, game mode doesn't really matter, but if you're playing, say, team deathmatch, and a player from the enemy team actually gets a personal radar, you will see the personal radar. You will actually see the helicopter that is the personal radar. You will see it on the minimap. You can actually use that to your advantage, because wherever the personal radar is, that's most likely, I would say 95% of the time, where the enemy player is. So if you can figure out from the minimap where that helicopter is, that personal radar helicopter is, you can actually, it usually hovers right above the enemy player, right above whoever calls it in. The personal radar will hover above the player. So it kind of gives away a player's position. All right, last piece of advice that I want to leave you guys with at the end of this video, definitely beware of the ultra sprint speed. I think that's what it's called. There's 2 different sprints in this game. There's one where you just click L3 once, and basically you just run at a pace. And then there's another one where you double click L3 and you kind of sprint extremely fast. Definitely beware of that ultra speed boost, because if you get caught in the middle of a sprint speed, of the faster sprint speed, I don't know why in my head right now I can't remember what it's called. It has a name. If you get caught in the middle of that sprint speed, it is extremely difficult to win gunfights, especially if the enemy player hears you coming and he knows and he's already pre-aimed. It's going to be really difficult to basically come off that sprint speed and get your shot off before the enemy player does. So use that sprint speed wisely, ladies and gentlemen. Next point that I want to make here towards the end of the video is try and play the game a little slower, man. I mean, it's a pretty difficult game to play really aggressive and at a fast pace. I'm not saying it's not doable. I mean, I play really aggressive and fast paced, but if you're just starting things off, get a better understanding of the maps, play it a little bit slower. Make sure you pre-aim around corners, pre-aim around doorways and stuff like that. Yeah, just make sure, just play it a little slow, not too aggressive to start things off. Get a better understanding of the map. Last but certainly not least here, I want to leave you guys by just saying, do not get discouraged with this game. I know it can be difficult at times. There's a lot of campers. It's a new engine. It doesn't really feel much like a Call of Duty game. It feels a little bit more Battlefield-ish, maybe a little bit Rainbow Six Siege-ish. I don't know, man. But, you know, don't get discouraged. Just keep trying, keep practicing. You'll get better over time. You'll get a better understanding of the maps, better understanding of what weapon works for you, what's your best sensitivity. Maybe try playing against bots and just practice in different maps and stuff. Develop a certain set of skills that you can bring out into multiplayer. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching today's video. I really do appreciate all the love and the support that you guys been showing. Once again, if you're brand new around here, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, drop a like, all that good stuff, you guys. Live streams over on Twitch as well, live streams here on YouTube and on Twitch. A link to all that in the description below. Follow me on social media, and yeah, thank you so much. More video, more content on the way. Any comments, questions, concerns, please let me know in the comment section below. I will try my best to get back to everybody. I really do appreciate it, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the rest of your whatever time zone you're in, and good luck out there in Modern Warfare. I'm gonna back out of here. Till the next one, my name is Gray. Peace.